Hey everyone, welcome to the Checker Chat. I'm Justin.
I'm Blake.
And we are here to bring you guys not a cup run through of this past weekend, because we were off this week, but Truck and Xfinity raced at Rockingham this past weekend. Really cool to see them back there and see that track back on their schedule. And maybe the possibility of a cup race there at some point. You know, I think give it a few years. I mean,
don't rush it or anything, but
yeah, I think if they can fix this car, it would be a good race there.
it almost, I feel like as the car sits now, I don't think would be too bad because it's a shorter track, but it kind of looked like it races like an intermediate.
Yeah.
It'd kind of be a coin flip on how it would go without revisions to the next gen car, but
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, overall, great races this weekend.
yeah.
But before we dive into those, we've got some news headlines that happened this week. So it was officially announced, right?
Yeah.
Okay, officially announced that Homestead gets the 2026. Add that to the highlight reel. Clip it.
Editor, clip that.
Yes. So, Homestead Miami gets the 2026 championship weekend for all three series.
Yeah.
I think this is a great move. I am so glad that we will not be watching another Phoenix championship.
Well, next year we won't, but
It's going to be a rotation.
yeah, that will include Phoenix.
Yeah. I'm curious at what the other tracks are that they're considering. I mean, I've heard rumor of Vegas.
I think Vegas would be good.
I think Vegas would be good.
I also, don't get me wrong, I'm still a Phoenix hater, but if it's in a rotation and we don't have to see it every year be the championship race,
Wouldn't be that bad.
maybe it makes it, I think it makes it a little better, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to complain with them still being in the rotation because I'm a
They sell out for the championship week.
It's a good facility.
Yeah, everything looks nice and up to date. I mean, I haven't been there, but
Yeah.
from everything I've seen, and I think a lot of the improvements they made to it were for championship weekend. So
That makes sense.
I mean, I don't love the track, but if it's in a rotation, that's fine because, I mean, if you're a Larson fan, or a Reddick fan, honestly, you're loving that next year.
Yeah.
Your driver's arguably best track for the two of them is the championship race.
Mm-hmm.
And Penske fans probably, feel the same way about Phoenix.
That's where I was going with that.
So, I mean,
I'm anyone who's listened to the podcast in the past knows that I'm a big Blaney guy, big Blaney fan. And Penske tends to do really well at Phoenix, specifically in the fall.
yeah. I mean, Blaney doesn't do bad at Homestead.
No, he doesn't. No, that's for sure. But I mean, it's been a Penske championship the past 3 years.
Yeah.
now.
I'm tired of it. Well, and two of them were Logano, so
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Like, I've said it on here before, and I'm a big proponent for, even if it is my favorite driver, whoever's favorite driver, it has got to be so boring to just watch your favorite driver win over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm in that boat. I know it's probably an unpopular opinion.
Maybe a little bit.
But I mean, as much as I love Blaney, I know he's not going to win every single race, but I would rather there be more winners than Blaney winning 10 races in the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you mean. I mean, I don't think I'm in the same boat, but
I know you're not, but
I mean, because, don't get me wrong, I, being a Chase Elliott fan when he won the championship in 2020, it was annoying for Kevin Harvick to win 10 races that year, but I also didn't like Kevin Harvick.
yeah.
And, there have been years where Chase has won a lot of races, and, I think with it being a 36-race schedule, it's nearly impossible, pretty much is impossible for somebody to go 36-0.
Oh, 1,000%.
So,
yeah.
I'm fine with I mean, I don't like Denny, but if he knocks off 3 or 4 wins in a season, by the time you get done with it, 4 out of 36 isn't a terrible number, knowing how good he is.
I mean, if you think about last season, looking back to the beginning of the race, or beginning of the season, Denny won, I think it was like 3 out of the first 6 or something like that. Something crazy. He won a lot of races at the beginning.
Yeah, and like Byron did too last year. Well, and I guess
this year
he's won 2 this year.
Yes. And then Christopher Bell this year
has won 3.
He's won 3. Denny's won 2. Byron's won 2.
Yeah.
And
Larson's won 2.
He
won Miami and Bristol.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
So the only person that has won and doesn't have multiple wins is Josh Berry.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, you guys. I'm enjoying a smoothie from Tropical Smoothie.
Which, like, just putting this out here for all the good luck and fortune and the racing gods and all that good stuff for this weekend. Can we get a Chase Elliott win, please? Finally, break the drought.
I'll throw it out there that we need a Blaney win.
I'm fine with either of them, honestly, because we'll be there.
Yeah,
so.
we will be at Talladega. So if you are there, come find us.
We'll be in the fan zone for a while.
Yeah, we're driving in Sunday. We're getting there early enough to hang out in the fan zone for a good bit. I can't remember exactly where we're sitting, but you guys know, if you follow our social medias, when we go to the race, we always are like, hey, this is exactly where we are. Come say hey.
Yeah.
We'll be handing out trading cards and all that stuff. Like
we still got a couple of packs left.
But that literally is just our first news point. So this is something that it didn't surprise me that this happened, but also kind of didn't expect it to be this soon. Rodney Childers is leaving Spire.
It's kind of confusing, in all honesty, because like that felt like one of their big talking points of the offseason. Like it was a big box to check. And everything I saw, like statements wise and everything, it was mutual. I don't see a world where that was mutual, honestly.
Yeah. No,
I think it's Rodney saying, hey, I came over here, I gave it a shot, this ain't for me, appreciate you, see you later.
That's kind of what it seems like.
Which, I mean, they haven't been running bad. No, they're not lighting the world on fire, but like we talked about at Bristol, the 7 car was up there. Justin Haley, 77. Hocevar, he was up there. I mean, is Michael McDowell still alive or on this planet? I'm not sure.
Yeah, somebody needs to do a wellness check on that man.
2 out of the 3 cars that have not been running bad this year. Like, I feel like we've seen more of Justin Haley running up front than ever.
Yeah, definitely.
And, I mean, Hocevar has almost won arguably 2 races this year. He's almost won 1 for sure, but Bristol, that's an arguable one.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just that. I mean, I like Rodney. He's a great crew chief, but maybe it's just he was spoiled with how long he got to spend with Kevin Harvick and in the same team, in the same organization. And then he got Josh Berry for a year. And then now it's like, okay, well, I've swapped teams, I've swapped manufacturer, I've swapped driver again. Yeah, I'm over this. I'm ready to call it.
I wonder where he's going to end up. That's
I wonder if he'll do TV or if he's just going to like make a Carl Edwards exit of the sport.
Yeah. I could see either one.
I don't know. I don't think he would do TV. He doesn't strike me as somebody that like. I think when his time's done, he's done.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think
unless like he just moves into a role within a team at the race shop, doesn't travel every weekend with the team. Like if he's like competition director or something like that, maybe I could see
that. I mean, I could see him.
But you would almost think he would just stay with Spire at that point.
Yeah, and be their competition director.
I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, I have no idea. But our next news for the week is that Prime Video is going to be releasing a NASCAR to Les Mis documentary called American Thunder on June 12th. I know absolutely zero about this. I have not watched the trailer. Blake, what's this about?
I haven't watched the trailer. I just know it's about Garage 56. Like,
Okay.
they just documented. I'm assuming this is just a documentary of them taking a next gen car, like stripping it down, turning it into like a dedicated road course, like endurance car for the 24 hours of Le Mans, and then kind of following it around there.
Yeah.
That would be my guess of it.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool.
Which, I mean, it definitely, like, I remember when the Garage 56 entry like happened, seeing even like F1 people, like all different forms of motorsports, even like just straight up like European like Le Mans fans that were like, this is awesome. Like, yeah, all these cars sound cool, they look cool, but here's just this big American, loud, just in your face car. Like,
it'll be a cool documentary, especially coming just about right off the tail of the Earnhardt documentary.
yeah. Which, like, is it time to have the conversation that Prime is one of the better things that have happened in NASCAR lately? Like, yeah, Netflix has
full speed, which is great. They do a great job with that. I do, and I said this last week, so I don't want to harp too much on it, but I could see full speed going to Amazon Prime. I don't know how that would look or whatever, if they would just change the title or if it'd be the same title and they'd get the seasons.
Like if they just buy the rights or whatever.
Something like that. I could see that happening.
But like I do think it's refreshing and good that a new media outlet has came into the sport and is like, hey, so not only are we going to broadcast 5 races for you this year, which 10 technically if you include TNT because they're sharing booths and everything, but like we're going to do documentaries. We're going to like actually show that we care about this and like kind of
all of your practice and qualifying. Qualifying's on there, or is it just practice?
It might be. I can't remember.
I think both are on Prime.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It really, really cool to see what they've done. And then also they're going to sponsor a car too.
This weekend at Talladega.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It's all right.
I mean, I like it. It also is the car where I think Denny Hamlin and Progressive were like, hey, that looks pretty cool. Why don't we just...
Yeah. That definitely checks out. And then... Kurt Busch and Randy LaJoy are added to the ballot for the Hall of Fame. Round of applause.
Shout out Corey LaJoy's dad. The only reason that he has ever driven a Cup car and has a podcast. We love you, Randy.
Thanks, Randy. But yeah, this is I think these are 2 good adds to the ballot for sure. And then the new All-Star Race format, which I don't think we'll dive super deep into, but basically 3 like pretty major things. They're extending the race to 250 laps. There's going to be an optional promoters competition caution, so I guess if things are getting stale and the promoters decide, hey, we're going to just throw a caution and re-rack the field, they don't have to say, oh, there's debris, and then throw a caution. They can just do it.
Looking at the article, what it sounds like that it's an optional caution flag that would be to mix or reshape the race's complexion. So basically, if it's getting stale or whatever, it says if the yellow flag takes place, it must fly before lap 220 and cannot be used if a naturally occurring caution happens after lap 200. So it almost sounds like it's basically to get a 50-lap-ish run to the finish.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, it's not a points race or anything like that. No. So, I mean, if they want to throw some weird, wild craziness in there like that.
Which I will say they're known for because stage racing originated in the All-Star race. They used the All-Star race to test stuff to bring out.
I hope they don't bring this to the actual races.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's be 110% honest with each other here. They do. It's
Yeah.
called debris cautions
Yeah.
sometimes. But I just, like, not to take away, because, like, I do think that they bring something to the table, all of these changes. But, like, you couldn't have just taken the opportunity here to throw more horsepower at the car and then prove everybody right or wrong.
Yeah, whichever way you want to do it.
I mean, you could come out of the weekend looking great. You could put 900 horsepower in the car and the racing could suck. And then you're like, I told you that's not the problem. Now let's fix the car.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah. But so that wraps up news for this week.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, wait. My bad.
No, you're good. There's just two quick things Xfinity related. Jake Garcia is going to be attempting to make his Xfinity debut this weekend in the 29 car for Ryan Sieg Racing at Talladega. He just came off a pretty good run at Rockingham. He drives a 13 truck.
Okay.
And then for the Xfinity series as a whole, the Rockingham Xfinity race was the second most watched Rockingham. Wait, it was the second most watched race ever. I can't tell if that's saying the second most watched Rockingham race or just.
It's probably the second most watched Xfinity race ever.
And then this is the first time since 2017 that the first 10 races of the year have hit over 1 million viewers.
Wow. That's crazy for Xfinity.
And they had a total of like right over 1 million viewers for this weekend. So, I mean, the Xfinity series is looking up right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So, getting into the truck race. So we're not going to do our normal lap by lap breakdown of everything this week. But we are going to be posting, I mean, more than likely we will be posting this, a little bonus episode that's going to be done in a TikTok live. I'm not sure when this will come out, but we'll put it out at some point.
Yeah.
Everywhere, you know. If you listen to us on Spotify, it'll be on there. If you listen to us on Apple, it'll be on there.
We're just going to try to hit you with some quick bullet points of
just
some notable stuff, kind of talk about different people, you know, shine a little more light on the Truck and Xfinity series than we're normally able to.
Yeah.
And not bore you with lap this, lap that. This way we can
kind of give it just a little bit.
It gives a little more of a personal touch.
Yeah. And then we'll talk a little bit more about Dega. Still in like the normal format. We talk about the next week's race. But one big thing from the truck race, and this was just across the whole weekend, I felt like just loose.
Yeah.
I just think it came down to there was one person that had ever raced an Xfinity car at that track, Casey Kane.
Yeah, and I mean, mind you, it's a different Xfinity car, but
completely.
He's ran there.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, different track, basically, because it's been repaved.
Yeah. So
it's just lots of loose cars all over the track.
Which I think one takeaway that I found of the weekend that was honestly like I wasn't expecting. Like none of these people in cars or trucks have been to Rockingham other than the test, but like everywhere you looked, it felt like this person is a rookie and where did they come from? This person doesn't normally run up here. Mm-hmm. This person's having a career day. Mm-hmm. People went in their first stages of their career. Like it was really refreshing to see everybody on, I guess, the most even playing field you're going to get where you don't have just a thick notebook if you're like RCR or Junior Motorsports compared to like Alpha Prime, who probably is going to be a little, you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Lane Riggs wins his first career stage win with stage 1 and then goes on to win his second one with stage 2.
And that is the third time this year that's happened where a driver has swept the first 2 stages of a truck race. First 2 times being Corey Heim, and he was not able to win either of those races.
Yeah, very interesting for that to be the way it was. which in this case he doesn't go on to win the race.
Yeah.
But
and it
still,
follows suit. I mean,
yeah, I mean follows the
Like the
history,
trend.
the trend, yeah, of winning but sweeping the stages for them.
Matt Crafton had a dash fire. That
Yeah,
was interesting.
that was crazy because
I mean, it's heard of. Like
Yeah.
that happens, but like I don't feel like it happens a whole lot.
yeah, no. I think something that should be said, and I know it may seem like, oh yeah, he won his first race last year, but Raja's been running really good this season.
Yeah.
I think. I mean,
He's had a pretty solid year so
there's
far.
definitely been a lot of moments he has been in contention for stuff, for top tens, for possible wins, because last year it's like he wins Vegas.
And that was kind of it.
Yeah, that was kind of the only thing that we really
Like they're getting consistent this
Yeah.
year.
Which is nice to see because I mean he's one in trucks that I really think he's going to make it to Cup at some point. I think.
Yeah, I think he's on the short or like if there was a short list to be made of people in truck that you think are good candidates to move up to Xfinity, move up to Cup, whatever it may be, I think he's on that.
Yeah.
Because he's young, he shows potential. I also do think and this isn't to take away from Rajah, but he drives a Spire truck. And
partner with Hendrick.
well, I was going to say who comes down and runs Spire trucks? Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson. So I think that the more that these drivers have been able to come down and give like a true, accurate, honest race simulation shakedown of what the trucks are like, what they can work on, that kind of stuff, that just helps Rajah.
Yeah, I agree. So Tyler
Ankrum.
Yes, Tyler Ankrum goes on to win this race. This race had, what was it?
Two red flags.
Two red flags. I mean,
One was to fix the safer barrier after Ty Majeski and Grant Enfinger got in an accident. The other was for track cleanup after Rajah got loose coming out of turn 4, and then that piled up like Matt Mills, Stuart Freeze, and Tanner Gray, and it was a mess.
Yeah. So yeah, Tyler Ankrum wins this race.
Corey Heim led laps and it now extends being the only person to lead a lap in every race this year.
He also got the Xfinity fastest lap. So our top 5 was Tyler Ankrum, Jake Garcia, Daniel Hemrick, Rajah, Grant Enfinger. Yeah, and that's the top 5 for trucks. Xfinity, literally top of my notes. I said, again, lots of loose cars. This was just the theme all weekend.
Yeah.
And, say what you will about Catherine Legg and her coming into NASCAR and doing races and stuff. I think that her car looks freaking dope.
Well, I just noticed you put that. You know what the crazy thing is? Which I will preface this by saying that I more or less in what I'm about to go on with, I'm defending Catherine Legg and supporting her. I'm not in the group of people online or that are just being a bunch of idiots, basically. Yeah. So she didn't qualify for the race in the car that they brought for her. They paid for the 53 car. I forget who was supposed to run it. So that's why it was just a black car with just elf stickers on it.
Yeah. I mean, that it looked cool.
Yeah. Now, and a lot of people have been like, well, this is why you shouldn't have people rides have been bought before. That it's not a new thing. It happens.
I mean, let's be honest. Majority of
I think Mason Maggio or somebody was supposed to run it. Like, I don't even remember who was supposed to run the 53, but
she still ran regardless.
Yeah. And I mean, the incident that took her out of the race, contrary to what a lot of people have said on Twitter and other places, was not her fault in the slightest. I don't know where a lot of these people, I guess they just don't like her. They don't want another woman in the sport.
Yeah,
Or they're scared of change.
Let's be honest. Let's break it down. It's the fact that it's a woman.
Yeah.
That's why people are hating on her so much. It's the same reason that, say what you will about early Bubba and everything.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that hated him simply because he was not white.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, and I think that in situations like this, sometimes the NASCAR fan base has a way of stepping on their own feet, and like as the sport is, the sport's growing, the sport's changing, but then you still have your section of the fan base which is loud but like small but mighty and loud, basically.
Yeah.
That don't want stuff like this, but basically, I don't know how you watch that incident where she holds her line.
Yeah.
How many times have I brought up on this podcast that William Sawalich has just ran out of talent?
Yeah.
But we're going to defend him for running over a lap car that was in her own lane, minding her own business, giving everybody ample amounts of room to go underneath.
Yeah.
He arca-braked the hell out of Connor Zilic.
Yep.
Let's be honest here. She bought her ride into the Xfinity Series this weekend. Yeah. William Sawalich has bought his way into Joe Gibbs Racing from having a rich daddy.
Yep.
But we love him.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah.
And, make it make sense.
It doesn't.
Because, with what you said about Bubba, I agree. Early on, a lot of people, and I will say, there are people that are just not going to like, let's say, Catherine Legg or Bubba Wallace, or go back to Danica's days. There are valid reasons why people don't like them.
Yes.
And they're always going to get bashed because they don't like them just because of why everybody else doesn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will say I didn't like Danica, and Danica sucked.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong.
But the thing is, looking back, we can look back and say that.
Yes.
Because
Catherine Legg has had zero opportunity for you to already treat her like she's Danica Patrick.
Yep. I agree.
She's proven herself in other motorsports. No, she hasn't looked good in NASCAR so far. Yeah, I won't lie to you.
Why can't she have the chance to prove herself?
Chris Wright is out here wrecking every weekend and dive bombs. I forget who it was, but just dive bombs the hell out of somebody at Daytona at an insane high rate of speed going on to pit road.
Yeah.
But okay, no, it's fine. He doesn't run that much.
Yeah.
Just hold people to the same standards.
Yeah.
I'll get off my soapbox now, but I just think it's dumb.
Yeah.
Because what if you have fans of her from other forms of motorsports that talk?
You're going to push them away from NASCAR.
Then, because this is an opportunity to get more fans in. Mm-hmm. The same way, Cletus running at ARCA.
Yeah.
The same way of Elio Castroneves coming over and running for Trackhouse and Project 91. Kimi Räikkönen. I can go down the list of people coming over and trying NASCAR. But everybody else gets a fair shake for the most part.
Yeah.
Other than her.
Yeah. No,
I don't know.
It's lame for sure. But yeah.
Sorry.
So no, you're good. You're good. So stage 1 goes to Nick Sanchez. And then stage 2 goes to Dean Thompson. First career stage win.
Shout out Dean Thompson.
Let's go. So I will say also something I noticed, especially in the last stage. Sorry, bumped my mic. Jesse Love seemed to be the only one who was not scared to run the top.
Yeah, because going back and watching the highlights too, he would shoot it 3 wide on restarts, run the top.
Yeah.
And everybody would talk about, well, he's running up there in the lighter asphalt where nobody's ran like that. He got loose a couple of times. He never caused a major incident, but...
Yeah, that's the thing. He got loose, but so did everybody else who was running the normal line.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool to see someone who was actually...
he was just...
he was going for it.
Yeah.
I mean, just seeing someone step out of, oh yeah, I'm going to step out of what everybody has been doing and see if this works.
Yeah.
And when it worked, and if it didn't, he didn't really lose that many
No.
spots.
And, like, I thought it was good to see, too, like, yes, Jesse Love is more established in ways of, like, some of the people in the field, but, like, him and Carson Quatful, it seemed like they were at a dogfight.
Yeah. No,
Green to checkered.
That
they
battle
always
was
found
insane.
each other. I mean, they raced so clean, but at the same time, raced very hard and pushed each other. They got each other loose. They manipulated air, but nobody, like, it wasn't like Sammy Smith and Taylor Gray's incident at Martinsville. Like, they just raced each other with what I feel like watching was, like, respect, honestly.
Yeah, it was just good, hard racing.
And, like, that's what we need more of.
I agree. So Jesse Love ends up winning this race, but
Not so fast.
Not so fast, because NASCAR said, "Hey, we don't like your rear suspension," and DQ'd him. And then Sammy Smith won.
So I got my pick right.
Yeah, Blake picked right.
I don't care that it's a technicality. Fight me in the comments. I picked a winner.
Whatever. And your Xfinity fastest lap went to Ryan Sieg.
Which, like, talking about small teams and whatnot in the Xfinity series, like, Ryan Sieg's been around a while. He's had Ryan Sieg Racing for a while. And here these last couple years, I mean, it's just, he's not setting the world on fire. He's not winning a bunch of races, but, I mean, he's been in Dash for Cash situations. He's made the playoffs. Like, he's doing a lot with a little, you know?
Hey, sorry guys, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but continue with what you were saying, Blake.
So, just talking about Ryan Sieg Racing and everything, like I said, Jake Garcia is going to attempt to make his debut this weekend in the Xfinity Series with them, which he will have to qualify on speed, but I honestly don't really think that's going to be a huge problem.
Yeah,
because
I don't think so either.
I mean, Ryan Sieg Racing is, like, they're in pretty good standings with Ford. Like,
yeah,
I don't really see it being a huge issue, because I don't think it's like I'm just gonna go try to make a one-off with this random team and hope. Like, I don't know. I think that's probably a good fit. They are both. I really hope I'm right about this, but they are both from Georgia. I'm like 90% positive going to truck races at Atlanta that they've talked about Jake Garcia being from here.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
But overall, yeah, that's about really all I have to say about, like, Ryan Sieg Racing and all that. And to finish off with the Xfinity Series, Sammy Smith won, and then the rest of your top five, Parker Retzlaff getting a second place finish is absolutely nuts. Harrison Burton third, great. Kudos to him taking the step down this year and making the most out of it. That car last year was abysmal.
Yeah.
Haley Deegan drove it most of the time, and let's be honest, we all realized that was looking back on it, that wasn't the greatest NASCAR experiment in the world.
Yep.
Wish her the best with IndyCar and whatever she goes on to do. But, like, he's turned that team around 180 degrees. Brennan Poole in fourth, teammate of Parker Retzlaff, which I believe this is the first time that they've ever had two cars finish in the top five of the same race.
Yeah.
And another small team, Alpha Prime. And then Taylor Gray rounding out the top five.
Yep.
Which I was impressed that Sammy Smith and Taylor Gray ran so close to each other, and Taylor Gray didn't wreck him, because honestly, he's better than me. I probably would.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's be real.
So, getting on to next week, Cup Series is back at Talladega. We will be there. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great race. I'm excited for it.
Got Cup, Xfinity, and ARCA running this weekend.
Yep.
Which, did you see that they're doing on NASCAR's YouTube, where you can do a live in-car stream of Cletus running?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They did it for Daytona.
Okay.
But he wrecked out.
Okay. Well.
Relatively early. But so they're gonna have, like, a live in-car feed of him the whole time.
Yeah. That's going to be cool.
Which, not to dive into another rabbit hole, but Cletus has a YouTube video out now with Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Talladega.
Yep.
Dirty Mo also did one with Cletus. I watched the Cletus one. It was awesome.
Yeah.
He has an old, he calls it the Dale truck. I believe it's old Mike Skinner truck. Built it for drag racing. Really cool. Had Dale Jr. go out there and make his first ever like drag passes ever on the backstretch. But also in the video, Jr. drives Cletus around in like their rental Tahoe or Suburban or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like just seeing Jr. drive something around Talladega and like talk you through it, really cool stuff.
Yeah, I need to go and watch it because I've seen a few clips and it looked like it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So your past next-gen winners at Dega have been spring 22, spring and fall 22. You had Chastain, and then you had Chase Elliott. Then 23, you had Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney. And then 2024, you had Reddick and Stenhouse. So when it comes to picks this week, it's kind of just a crapshoot because nobody's been a repeat winner in next gen. It's just super speedway racing, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's just Talladega in general. There's going to be a huge wreck.
There's going to be at
within
least
20 to
one
go.
huge wreck.
Yeah. And we'll probably watch Austin Cindric lead a ton of laps and then somehow get involved in a wreck because I went through and watched every finish of the Next Gen Series at Dega, and he is in every single wreck and has running top 10 when it happens. It's every single freaking race.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Just if he can avoid it, he has a good chance to win.
Yeah, no, I agree. One thing I found interesting is the last Cup race was Bristol, and Corey LaJoie is running a part-time schedule this year, right?
Oh, yeah, where he goes and decides to run Bristol.
Why do you run Bristol instead of Talladega? You have a snowball's chance in hell to win at Talladega. You don't have it. You want to go right around 34th at Bristol?
Yeah.
Like, come on. I know if you listen to this every week, I don't really care for Corey LaJoie. I'm sure as a person he's great and he's fine. And yes, but driving-wise, all of that, I was definitely rubbed the wrong way with the whole, why would I go race on Fridays with 12 people in the stands? Well, the truck that you turned down running is one of the best trucks in the Truck Series this year. Maybe you could have actually won something, but I digress. I don't know. That felt weird to me. And then also looking at, previous winners, the only two races on here that I was not in attendance for was last fall, Ricky Stenhouse, and of course, the fall of 2022 when Chase Elliott won.
I don't know why I thought you were at that race.
No. The only race that I've ever been at in person, Cup Series-wise, where Chase Elliott won was 2022 Atlanta.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
And then last year at Charlotte, he won the Xfinity Series race, and I was there. So those are the two times that I've ever got to see him win in person. So
on to picks this week. Blake, who'd you pick?
So looking at Xfinity Series, there were two cars to pick from, in my opinion, and they're RCR cars.
Yep.
Because, let's face it, Austin Hill is a super speedway merchant.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse Love is great on super speedways. RCR is great. Jesse Love just got DQ'd, so I think he's going to go into Talladega absolutely pissed off and have a point to prove.
Yeah.
And not to mention, he won last year. So I'm going to go with Jesse Love. I just think you get DQ'd last week. You were the best car there. You're going to come out into Talladega, somewhere you've won before. You're going to show out.
Yeah, I agree.
If he can avoid all the wrecks, obviously.
Yes. Yeah. And I also picked Jesse Love for Xfinity. Our picks are very similar, and you'll understand why in a second. Blake, who'd you pick for Cup?
I picked Chase Elliott to win the Cup race.
Yeah, our picks this week were definitely...
They're biased.
It was Jesse Love and then pick with your heart because I picked... I'm going to do what Blake did. I picked Ryan Blaney. In this car, by the way. He is running this car this weekend.
That's why I brought that one. Imagine this is an Amazon Prime car.
Yeah. To be fair, it's the first time that they're running it. But yeah. So, yeah, I know it's a shorter episode, but we'll have that bonus episode out here soon. And, I mean, we're going to put it up on our stories, and I'm going to say it, but I guess since this is coming out tomorrow after the live, anyone who was on the live, thank you for joining.
Yeah.
And asking questions and whatnot. I'm sure it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll go good, and we'll do it every so often to kind of connect with y'all.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. But we are going to be at Dega this weekend. We're freaking pumped about that.
Absolutely stoked.
I'm Justin.
I'm Blake.
I said that as Blake was standing in the similar water. I just saw the panic in your eye. Let's try one more time. I'm Justin.
I'm Blake.
And this has been the Checker Chat. You guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Audible. I hope this was enough energy for you for the guy on TikTok. We will see you guys next week.